Angel Reese just broke the record for her 13th double-double. Thank you for adding that to the show, Marvin. It fits right into the category that I want to talk about with the debate on who is the rookie of the year in the WNBA. Look, both Angel Reese and Caitlin Clark are having excellent years. They're having excellent years. Both of them are playing extremely well. You look at Angel Reese averaging 11.7 rebounds. She leads the league in rebounding. She leads the league in offensive rebounding. She was the WNBA Player of the Month for May. The one thing I love about her, Marv, her player efficiency rating, #1 for all rookies in the league. I love that about her. Her effect on the game, and that's what we're talking about with player efficiency. Her effect on the game, #1 with all rookies in the league. And so Caitlin Clark, look, 16.1 points a game, 6 rebounds, 7 assists. I love her as a point guard. The turnovers still bother me. Still leading the league in turnovers at 5.5. So rookie of the year. That is a solid debate on who is the rookie of the year in the WNBA, Marv. Tell me who's your choice.
Did you pick one? Because I don't think I heard you pick one.
Oh, well, I
I
can
think,
pick one. I
yeah,
love
what you
Angel.
know.
I love Angel
Okay.
Reese, and let me tell you why. Since we're going to stay there, her effect on the game, her effect on the game, her effect on the Sky winning, her win shares. She affects the game more for the Sky than I think Angel Reese affects it for the Fever. Now Reese, Caitlin Clark, I love her ability to facilitate, right? But that goes hand in hand with the assists and the turnovers, right? But I love her. But look at her shooting percentage. Did you know, people, that Angel Reese's shooting percentage is higher than Caitlin Clark's? Angel Reese shoots 41%. Caitlin Clark shoots 39%. Now, Angel Reese doesn't shoot a lot of threes. She's only shot 3, but her three-point percentage is higher too. But Caitlin Clark's percentage, she shoots a lot of shots, Marv, and doesn't shoot it at a high percent clip. Now, we never hear about the turnovers with Caitlin Clark. We never hear about it. She leads the league. Everybody talks about her narrative, and I love the triple-double. That's a great accomplishment. Should have had one against Las Vegas. But, hey, when I look at what Angel Reese is doing for the Sky, again, winning again today. I haven't checked the score lately, but they were winning at halftime. What I'm saying is Angel Reese, her efficiency is better, and how she affects the game and winning is better than Caitlin Clark. So I take Angel Reese over Caitlin Clark for Rookie of the Year.
Yeah, I don't think anything that you said is wrong. Um, I don't know. I think they're both worthy. If I'm being completely honest, um, I think it's going to come down to metrics, just like you kind of chose, or what you kind of said. I think it's going to come down to head to head. Now, Caitlin is what, 2 and 3, I think, in head to head matchups. I think that's an important part of this. But I think you've made a really, really valid point, Lee. The metrics of this. It's Angel Reese. If you look at it, I think the Sky are 12 points per 100 possessions worse when she's off the floor, and they're 16 points better per 100 possessions when she's on the floor. That's massive. I mean, that's hard to overlook, even if you're not an analytics person and a metrics person when it comes to basketball. Man, that's an effect that a lot of players don't have on games, and you got to get at the Angel Reese. And then conversely, when you look at Caitlin, per 100 possessions with Indiana, they're averaging 102 points. Per 100 possessions when she's not on the floor, they're averaging 104 points. So actually, they're better offensively when Caitlin isn't playing in the game. Not by much, but they're still better. So the effect on the game, you can see Angel Reese is having a much, much more profound effect on the game and her teammates when she's in there. And that's a big deal. When you come down to splitting hairs between these two, that's going to be a major selling point. The head-to-head is going to be a major selling point. But if I had to pick one right now, I would have to go with Angel Reese as well. I think she's just affecting the game and her teammates and the way that they play. And I mean, what she's done, the double doubles and as a rookie leading in offensive rebounding and rebounding, differential. I mean, that's huge, man. As a rookie, you don't see rookies coming in doing that. Not in that way. I mean, the post is a really, really hard area to master. When you banging with some of those ladies down there with Asia and some of those, that's a hard thing to do. So I got to give her props. But you know what? You know what the WNBA should do? I think they need to take a page out of what the NBA did. Remember in 2000 when Elton Brand and Steve Francis got co-rookie of the year? Remember when Grant Hill and Jason Kidd in '95 were co-rookies of the year? Maybe they need to look at going down that route because you can't just you can't take away what Caitlin has done in terms of the eyes, and that matters in terms of the fact that we're all talking about this and watching Angel Reese make history. Nobody would watch this before this year. Like, let's just be real. So that's a part of this argument as well. So you can't take that away. So why not celebrate both of them? Why not celebrate both of their greatness and what they've done for the WNBA this year? Because they're both deserving. If you're going to split it in metrics, I'm going to go with Angel. But you can't say that they're not both deserving because they have both played a part in putting eyes on the WNBA. Angel has been fascinating to watch, as a rookie and the things that she does. And Caitlin just with what she does in terms of getting eyes on the sport.
Robert Agee, thank you for giving me at least one, Robert. I appreciate you, brother. I really do. Mark, look, where do you think the media is going? Because this is not a perfect world. They don't give, forget all the participation trophy stuff. Where do you think the media, the people that are voting, are going to go? And let me say this. This is an on the court award. This is not eyes brought to the WNBA award. This is an on the court award. What have you done for the league on the court or your team? Most valuable rookie of the year. Where do you think the media is going to go? And let's take it there.
Well, unfortunately, most of the people who vote for this award don't have a lot of knowledge when it comes to basketball and the way that they watch it. It's that their eyes just kind of tell them what they want their eyes to tell them when they watch the game. People, I watch the game a little bit differently. I know that you do. So if I was a media member, of course, Angel Reese, by far to me, has made more of an impact on her team and their success than Caitlin Clark has. And then if you add the metrics into this, it backs it up, right? So it's hard for me to say that you can look at this and say that Angel Reese isn't the rookie of the year just based on play on the floor. But we all know, Lee, we know that there's other things that are going to factor into the way that they vote. Unfortunately, if this was purely about basketball, just like we wanted to talk about Bronny earlier, if this was purely about basketball, Angel Reese is the WNBA MVP. I don't even think that there's a question. But is this going to be purely about basketball? That's the question.
Yeah. Madden says Angel Clark leads the league in turnovers. Mark, why does that factor in? Now, look. We can say she leads the league in turnovers, which she does, and that's a valid point. I've said that they don't talk enough about that, Marv. But let's give it up. The young lady can run a team, man. It's a beautiful thing to watch her run the team and how she gets people in position to score. She puts the ball on the money. I really love her as a point guard. And Marv, you can relate to this because that's the position you played. What are your thoughts on her as a floor general? And what I'm saying now is not so much her scoring, because the deep threes, everybody love it, the logo threes. How many of those does she hit a game? You know what I'm saying? What impact is that really on the game? But her ability to run the team in a floor general. Talk to the audience and talk to us about that when we look at her in the Rookie of the Year voting.
I mean, turnovers is a big deal as a point guard. I mean, that's one of the categories that you're measured on most harshly as a point guard is your turnover ratio, and that's high. She averaging, I mean, you want to round that up, she averaging about 6 turnovers a game, and she's averaging 7 assists. Like you've given up a lot of possessions, right?
Yeah.
And that does directly relate to losing basketball games because games are about possessions. That's what it's basically boils down to. And you've given up possessions with the fact that you're with the turnover rate. But also, I always like to hear that people say, well, players didn't catch the ball, right? And they fumble out. But as a point guard, and anybody that's played point guard, the coach is going to tell you all the time, and it's an old phrase that my coach gave me, it was called KYP, right? It was no personnel. If you throw the ball to I can't remember the center's name, the girl from USC, but if you throw that to her coming down the middle on a break and she fumbled the ball, that's your fault because you know that she can't do anything with it out there, and it's your job as a point guard to be able to facilitate and get the ball to people in position that they can score, right? So if you're trying to pocket pass and all these things and they starting to fumble it, that's your fault. It's called KYP, know your personnel. And if your personnel keeps on fumbling, then you need to stop making that pass, right? And she does it a lot. Some of her turnovers are repetitive, and that's the thing that worries me a little bit. She has a lot of repetitive turnovers, so I'm sure she'll clean it up at some point as she gets used to the physicalness. Because as the game gets more physical, it gets harder to make those passes when you got people on you, and she's kind of realizing that in the WNBA. I'm sure she'll clean it up, but that's a lot of turnovers, man. 6 turnovers a game as a point guard is a lot, no matter how you slice it.
I agree with you, and they just don't talk about it enough. That's
No.
a point that none of the media, none of the people that talk about this race that they ever talk about. And that's, to your point, an excellent point, Marv. That's real. That's real within a game. The last thing I'll say, and I want to get your opinion on this too, Marv, is the improvement we saw from start to finish in how Angel Reese can score the basketball. Two 3-pointers the last game, nice rhythm in the little 17, 18 footer that she shot. The thing I like about it is, Marv, she around the basket. We always knew that she could go shoot the ball, go get her own rebound, put it back up. She's like a pogo stick, very similar to Dennis Rodman. But her ability and willingness to shoot the ball is something that has improved vastly. And then when you look at the scoring, I mean, it's not like Clark is running away with the scoring title for rookie. She's at 16-1. Reese is at 13-2, only 2.2 points. So Mark, talk to me what you've seen with Angel Reese and her ability to score the basketball, because I think that's something that people need to recognize how much better she's got.
Yeah, there's one thing that gets undervalued in sports on any level, and it's confidence. If you have confidence and you have ability to match, and you're hyper confident, then it's hard to stop a player like that. And I think you've seen Angel Reese become more confident in her game, right? And here's one thing that people that all them Angel Reese haters and people that don't like her or whatever the case may be, you better hope she don't find a consistent jump shot. Because if she does find a consistent jump shot, the league is in trouble. Asia, she gonna be coming for you because she's got that type of game that if she can find a mid range just to keep people honest, then they in trouble, right? Because that motor and that dog she got, you can't teach
Yeah,
that. That's
yeah,
Baltimore born, right? That
yeah,
stuff that she got,
yeah,
man, you can't teach that stuff. She's not backing down to anybody. And if she can find that mid range and she can start to stretch the floor as a 4 or 5, wherever they put her, and they get Cardosa kind of anchoring that post, man, people in trouble, man. So I
yeah.
love the fact that she's gotten a little bit of confidence and she's found the stroke because she showed it at LSU a little bit, but she got so caught up into being the enforcer for them. I love that she's showing that she's probably worked on that and she's got the confidence to do it. So, boy, WNBA, you better hope she don't find a shot.
She's shooting it more, Marvin. That's the thing that impresses me. Shooting it for her because people are backing way off of her. Make
Hmm.
4 or 5 of those a game, and that 27 points she scored Friday will not. It'll be something that she's going to continue to go on and do. So excellent, excellent point.